And we welcome you inside the Spectrum here in Logan, Utah. Alex Obarrio, Pete Gillen, and Justin Walters here for a huge Mountain West showdown with second place on the line in the Mountain West between Utah State and Boise. And so far, it's been rocking, Coach.
Tremendous atmosphere here. Alex playing hard. Two terrific teams. Stick with us. You're going to love this game on CBS Sports Network.
A huge showdown in the Mountain West with NCAA tournament implications. And Boise State taking on Utah State. Take a look at the log jam here and see second place on the line. And it's big in terms of seeding. San Diego State running away with it, but trying to get in the top 5 for that first round bye is certainly important. Hi, everybody. Alex Obarrio alongside the coach Pete Gillen, Justin Walters here as well. And Coach, after the way this game, this matchup happened on January the 18th with that remarkable comeback, this one has everyone thinking how important it is for Utah State.
It's an unbelievable game. The last time on January 18th, it was awesome. I never seen anything like that ever. Ever's a long time, Alex.
Yeah.
Nothing like it, but how is it going to affect Utah State with Boise State on the court? I think they're resilient. I think they're going to be fine because they got great leaders, right, in Cater and Merrill.
And so far, they've been working it inside of the big fella, but he's been sitting on the bench after that last media timeout. As we take a look back, Broncos trailing 66-48, 3:36 to go in regulation, and then a furious comeback. Ray J. Dennis, the freshman, he's the one that led the comeback, 19 points in that final 3.5 minutes, and then Jessup with the layup with 1.1 to go. It was just all Boise State in that final 3.5 minutes.
They were unbelievable. We talked to the Utah State players yesterday at practice. It was devastating. We couldn't believe it, but they're resilient. Coach Craig Schmidt's a great coach. He motivated. They won the next 3 games after that. So I think Utah State has a great chance to go into the big dance, but they got to finish strong. They got to win, run out, or maybe lose one, but probably run out and go deep into the Mountain West tournament final.
Certainly, they've got to keep winning games, as you mentioned, Coach. Right now, Jerry Palm has them in as 11 seed, but that's just where it is right now. They've got to keep winning if they want to get an at-large bid.
And Jerry Palm is a great American, so we trust him, right? He's the best.
It's been so far so good for Utah State with a 3-point lead. Alston, as we mentioned to the streaming audience, struggled his last time out against Wyoming, and we get an offensive foul on the other side. Alston picking up the foul. Alston, one of the best juniors in the country. He's a finalist for the Julius Erving Award, which goes to the nation's best small forward. Coach, but he can't have a game like he did against Wyoming if they expect to win here in Utah.
No, 2 points, 0 for 7 from the field. That's not him. He's a terrific player. I think he'll bounce back. I think he'll do well tonight. But he's the focal point of every team's defense out. So that's not easy. He's got to get help from his teammates.
Here's Merrill trying to get it to the cutter. Bede, he gets the save, goes up with it, has it stripped away, and a foul is called. 2 shots coming up for Justin Bede.
I love Justin Bede. He's always around the ball. He's one of the top offensive rebounders in the country. He's always around the basketball. He's omnipresent. Here we go. He gets fouled. Justin Bede, almost 4 offensive rebounds a game, which is tremendous.
All right, Pete, when you talk about the keys to this game for both squads, what's it going to be in terms of how Utah State continues this little streak that they're on, and as for Boise State trying to rattle off 6 in a row?
Well, the Broncos, first of all, Boise State, eat the glass. They got to rebound because Utah State's an unbelievable rebounding team, and share the rock, really pass the ball, a lot of assists. Utah State, let the big dog eat. Get the ball into Cater, the big fella, and defend 3-pointers because Boise State is a tremendous 3-point shooting team.
Talk about the rebounding of the Aggies. They're 11th in the country in rebounding margin at +8. So Boise certainly have their work cut out for them. One of the longest teams in the country as well, Utah State is.
Yep. I think Ray J. Dennis now, he can penetrate. He's quick. The athleticism of Boise State can take effect. He can drive, I think, on Baker and Merrill.
This is Jessup with the little runner. No. Ball tapped. Bean tried to grab it. Out of play. Last touch. Boise, Aggie ball. Coach, Boise seems to be struggling with their shot right now.
Yeah, well, credit the defense for Utah State. They hold teams, as you know, to 64 points a game, 39% from the field, so their defense is outstanding. I don't think Utah State gets enough credit for their excellent half-court man-to-man D. Boise State's been on a roll. They're shooting the ball very well, playing good D.
Miss from the corner. Porter goes to retrieve it after the miss. Behind the back save. And Merrill's got it, and here come the Aggies. Merrill with the crossover into the lane. Scoops it up, puts it in. What a play.
Great hustle. Great hustle by Abel Porter, and tremendous finish by Sam Merrill, the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year.
Reigning Player of the Year as well. And Boise State can feel the energy in this building, and it's hurting them right now in terms of their shooting percentage. Just drive to the bucket.
Yep. Nice job. Actually, goes out of bounds. Abel Porter flicks it behind. Here we go. Sam Merrill, great play, shake and bake, goes to the hoop around 2 or 3 players, throws it up. A prayer, it was answered. Terrific finish by Sam Merrill. We talked to him. What a terrific young man.
Oh, right.
Alex, I mean, class. I mean, the best. If you have a daughter, you like him to, you know, meet a guy like that, like Sam Merrill. Terrific guy, a great player, and a great credit to college basketball.
On his quest for 2,000 points tonight. Yep. You can get to 21. That'll be when it happens. Here's Rice, the coach's son, launches from long range. He misses short. Now, interesting on Rice, he was part of that comeback, but going into the overtime, Coach, he actually told his father, Coach, you got to put Alston back in. And he hesitated at first, and then Alston went in the game, and obviously we know what happened.
Yep. Dad listened to his son, and Alston was great in overtime.
Nice dump off down low to the cutter, and Robin George puts it in.
Nice pick and roll play. Jessup does everything. Last year, he led the team in scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, and blocks. 5.
Merrill working into the big fella. Cato, spin move, jump hook, and it's in. Okay, Cato continues to make him pay. 13-7 lead here for Utah State. This is Marcus Dickinson, the senior from Norman, Oklahoma. Dumps it into George. Back up top. Hobbs launches, misses short. And a fresh 20 here for the Broncos. Rice again, throws it up off the window, can't get it to fall. Rebound again, this time from Merrill. Down low, Brito with the cut and the lay-in. Timeout taken by the Broncos. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial break, but we'll continue on CBS Sports Network. You can find us by going to CBSSportsNetwork.com/channel finder.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? And by AT&T.
Images from the last matchup. A furious comeback by Boise State against the Aggies. Now with more on that, here's a third member of our queue, Justin Walters. Justin.
Alex, there's been a residual effect for both teams since that showdown last month. Utah State players told me that the loss to Boise State 3 weeks ago still stings a bit, and this is in fact a revenge game. While the Broncos, they have a newfound confidence and have won 5 straight. Head coach Leon Rice told me that the energy and resiliency from that epic comeback win in January has certainly carried over.
Well, certainly, Coach, they've now put up 5 in a row, going for 6 in a row, but one of the toughest buildings to win in here in the Mountain West. They're going to need that type of effort here soon if they want to make sure that they get a second straight win against them.
No question. The last 5 games, Boise State has been shooting 43% from downtown. Right now, they're only 1 for 6, 17%. Now, credit the Utah State defense, but they got to get some inside scoring, either drive, penetration, all right, or scoring for the big guy. Now, George is in there now. Hopefully, he can give them some help.
They got to get some scoring, period. They're just one of their last 7 from the field right now. And Coach Rice certainly altering some things lineup-wise.
Well, when you can't score, you swing the ball, Alex, and you put your head down and drive.
Here's Jessup looking into the corner. Dickinson Tries to go baseline, and a foul is called. This one going to be against Alfonso Anderson, the junior from Tacoma, Washington.
I like that. Now, it's 4 fouls on Utah State. Keep going at the rim. Spacing, swing it, ball movement, player movement, and put your head down. If you run over somebody, you got to attack the basket when you're not making your perimeter shots.
Jessup on Merrill. 2 of the best three-point shooters in the history of the conference guarding each other after that switch. Now's Dickinson on the drive. Nowhere to put the basketball. Saved and taken away by the Aggies.
That's the big fella, the goalie, Keita.
Keita setting the screen here for Merrill. Stops inside the circle and buries the jumper.
He makes it look easy.
Merrill now with 6 points. 6-0 run for the Aggies.
Well, he has to go to Austin now. Get him the basketball. He's got to be aggressive and attack. I think he can go by Brito. Get him the basketball.
George from long range. Too strong.
Not the shot. I would have got very nervous if I was coaching him and he shot that shot.
Boise now 1 of the last 9 from the field. Haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes as Miller launches from long range, misses. There's Keita underneath, cleans it up off of the glass, goes up with it, and he's fouled.
The big fella. Got to put a body on him. The Mias Keita from Portugal trying to box him out. He threw him aside. George tried to screen him out. He threw him away.
Keita, the 7-footer, certainly a defensive presence, but as you brought up, Coach, just so efficient with his shooting percentage. Misses there on the free throw, 70% free throw shooter, but 67% field goal percent.
It's fabulous. I'm not the smartest guy, in the room. I wasn't even when I was a knife, I wasn't even in the drawer. But I get the ball to the big, let him touch it. Now, he's a good passer, too. He's a very good passer. So I would run, that's what they did last game against UNLV. Second half, as you know, they threw it inside, and great things happened for Utah State. So keep going into the big guy.
And he's finally starting to get that vertical back.
Getting in better shape. When he came back from missing 12 games, that's a lot of games. It's more than a third of the season. He wasn't jumping. Players told us yesterday at practice he was afraid to hurt his knee. Now he's finally getting into shape.
He got back and then had to miss a couple of games after banging knees early in the conference schedule. But he's back and playing well as Hobbs drives to the bucket and trying to carry over from his huge game against Wyoming.
Yeah, he's a senior. Got to be happy for him. Last time around,
nice lob to Keita with the flush.
Let the big dog eat. Get it to the big fella.
Nothing prettier than a lob pass into the post.
Nothing prettier than a big guy getting and dunking. And now he's going to play D. He's happy.
Bounce pass underneath. Williams trying to finish, and he is fouled. He's got 2 coming up.
Yeah. All right, the dunk now. They try to play him in a post. You try to front him at your own risk. You try to front him here. They lob it over the top. Great pass by Brito. They throw it to they try to front him over the top. No help. Send it home, big guy. Woo! How about him? I like to buy stock in him out.
They said he was barely coming off the floor when he first came back. No problems coming off the floor there.
No. Thank goodness for him and the Aggies.
And the struggles shooting continue now from the free throw line for Boise State. That was their first free throw attempt of the game. Williams, a senior out of Los Angeles. The top rebounders for this Boise State team, averaging at about 8 per game. And couldn't connect there.
Yep. Same thing for Utah State. Drive the basketball. Either give it to the big guy inside or drive it.
This time they'll dump it into Bean. Here comes the double. Keita sets it for Brito. Skip it to the corner. Here's Miller, the volume 3-point shooter. Rattles one in and out, and Williams with a board.
Keita was working too hard. You got to give him the ball when he's working that hard. Otherwise, big guys go on strike.
Hobbs Another floater.
How about that?
They got to keep finding him, Coach.
Yeah, he's playing great. As you said, 24 points against Wyoming on the road. He saved the Broncos. Right now, he's trying to keep him in the hunt.
Boise shooting just 25% from the field right now. Brito from the top of the key, too strong that time. Rebound taken by Boise State, and the crowd starting to quiet down a little bit here in these last two possessions.
Get a good shot now if you're the Broncos.
Nearly with a travel there. No, whistle blows as Dennis just couldn't keep his feet set after he stopped the dribble.
Tried to jump stop, but he slid. Good call by the officials.
Ray J. Dennis, we mentioned the 19 points he had in that comeback from the final 3:27. He's had just 18 points in the previous 5 games before, 17 points since. So obviously that career high for Ray J. Dennis, an aberration at least so far in his young career, but just a remarkable effort from someone who is really playing just kind of garbage minutes, Coach.
Did a great job. He got him a victory. Alex, not many big words. Aberration, all right, I have to get my dictionary. But he's a good young player. The point guard is the toughest position to play. Because you got to appease everybody. You got to be like a coach on the floor. You have to share the basketball.
Being down low, going up with it, and he's fouled. Coach, the double came a lot earlier that time to Keita.
Yep. They're mixing it up. Sometimes they're doubling him when he dribbles it. Sometimes when he gets the pass inside, they got to double. Now, as a coach, it's easy to coach from the sideline here. All right? If I was going against a great big guy like that, I'd do what Coach Leon Rice is a great coach. Coach of the year in 2015 in the Mountain West. I would play some zone. Right? That's not in their DNA, but I think you got to have a couple of guys around. Zone, you can have a couple of guys around them to mix it up.
Justin Bean having a sensational sophomore season. Just one of 3 Mountain West players averaging a double-double. Pretty good territory with Nico Cavacho of Colorado State, Carlton Bragg of New Mexico.
No, I love Justin Bean. He plays hard as heck, right? He's always competing, one of the top offensive rebounders in the country. Terrific player.
Here's Alston. It's yet to get going. And a foul called on the drive by Hobbs. Get a hot start, Coach.
Get it the big guy right away. Send it home. He touches it. Good things happen for the Aggies. Left, right, all over. From Portugal with love. Name is Keita. Send it home.
11-point lead for the Aggies here in Logan. Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern, this Utah State team is back on the hardwood for a Mountain West face-off. A huge one in the conference against Colorado State, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. It was a 77-61 win last time here in this building. Sam Merrill went off with 28. Nico Carvacho, one of the top players in the conference, he's got to have a big game in that one, coaches. This tournament profile from Utah State, we got to see how we can get this team into the tournament. So far, so good, but they got to keep winning.
No question. They got a great chance, I think, of going 18-7. All right, bad loss at Air Force. Jerry Palm has an 11th seed in. Maybe playing in Dayton in the first 4, but I think they got a great chance. We had the game last Saturday against San Diego State, undefeated. They played like an NCAA tournament team, right? And then they had some foul trouble, and Keita is still not getting 100% in his win. But I think if they run the table regular season, all right, they got a great chance of going to the big dance. Big test, as you said, Alex, on Tuesday at Colorado State. Nico Medved's doing a wonderful job with that team, second year, and Craig Smith's doing a great job with his team. So we have terrific young coaches in the league here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Leon Rice has been here 10 years. He's the veteran. He doesn't look like a veteran to me, right? With but Brian Dutcher, undefeated. So we have outstanding coaches in this conference.
Coach, how much does the committee pay attention to the fact that Utah State was in the tournament last year, so got a lot of guys back?
It's a good question. A little bit, but I think what happens in a league like Mountain West, is a terrific league, 5 losses, some people get nervous with that. You know, now they lost to San Diego State twice, who is right undefeated. All right, a couple of bad losses at Vegas without the big guy Keita. All right, at Air Force, Keita played, and then they had one more the loss we talked about at Boise State. So they got work to do, but they can do it.
Committee also probably given some thought to the fact that Keita missed so many games in the early part of the season as well.
Yeah, hopefully they'll take into consideration of that.
It's Boise State having a good go of it here, 5 in a row, 8-4 in the Mountain West. They're looking for good seeding. As Anderson goes on the drive, he misses, gets his own rebound here. Trying to work it back out. Miller launches from the top of the key. too strong that time. Another offensive rebound. Back to Miller. This is Bean. He misses.
Got to push it. Boise State's got to be more aggressive, Alex, on a missed shot.
Utah State starting to cool off a little bit offensively. Just one of their last 7 from the field.
Yeah. Another foul. Good. They're attacking. I like that for Boise State. It's one of the weaknesses of Utah State is their transition defense. They don't get back quick. All right, against San Diego State, it was like 24-12. They got doubled on transition points, so they have to get back. They have to do a better job. That's one of their weaknesses. They got a terrific team. They got to do a better job in transition defense.
Alston to the stripe here so far, 0 of 3 from the field, 2 of those from downtown. And after the rough night he had against Wyoming, just the first field goal that goes in, Coach, has got to help him kind of turn this thing around for him.
No, but I like the Broncos. They're attacking the rim, Alex. You know, and the shots will start falling later on, but keep going at the basket. Try to get into that double bonus.
Alston just a tremendous year at 19 per game. No Division I offers out of high school. Was a preferred walk-on here at Boise State. Gained 40 pounds. He came onto campus 6'7", 148.
Yeah, he was like 6 o'clock. He was very thin when he came on. And he still got to get a little stronger. Boom.
And Anderson gets the friendly bounce. And that ends the string of 1 of 7 for Utah State as they get back in the field goal column. Pass there from Alston. This is Hobbs again. Back out to Dennis. He misses. Now here come the Aggies.
Oh, he ran with it.
Now here's Miller taking it to the rim. Might have got away with a walk. Misses. Now here come the Broncos. Here's Jessup on the drive with the left hand.
Terrific player. He's had a great career for Boise State.
Justinian Jessup, over 15 a game this season. Became the Mountain West all-time three-point field goal scorer at 298. He and Merrill going to be battling for that top spot as this season continues as Hobbs drives and gets fouled. Coach, as for the Aggies, should they be dancing? Let's take a look at the arguments for and against.
I think 4. They beat LSU, who's a great team. Bad loss the other day to Vanderbilt, and Auburn beat them also today. But played 12 games without Cater, who's one of the top 5, 6 big guys in the country. I think they should be going. All right, they had a couple of bad losses. You can say, all right, only 2 road wins. All right, Wyoming and San Jose are not strong teams this year. Only 2 quad wins. So, but those are 2 good teams, LSU and Florida. I think they got to finish strong. They got to win, probably win out realistically. Win, they can't lose anymore, and make a good showing in the Mountain West tournament. Get at least the semifinals. Hopefully, knock off, a top team to get there to get semifinals. So I think they got a great chance. But once again, it's February 8th. A lot of things can happen. A lot of teams going in and out, up and down.
Well, certainly they're playing their best basketball right now after those struggles in January. Keita again, that's beautiful.
I love big guys. Get him the ball. I was fortunate to coach some big guys, not 7-footers, but some good players, a couple of lottery picks, Tyrone Hill, Ryan Grant. They had to give him the ball.
Alston with a jumper from the foul line, misses again. Alston 0 of 4 from the field now.
Well, not doing that. They got to post up, Alston. Go inside, screen him into the post up, try to get to the foul line again.
This is Bairstow with a dump off to Keita, and he's hauled to the ground. And the Spectrum Magic didn't like it.
No, might have to take a look at that. I don't think it was a flagrant one, but you see again, we got great camera work. Yeah, Hobbs got him, but did he go for the ball? I don't know. Looked like he did, but he grabbed onto his arm.
That's just a good hard foul in the old Big East, huh, Coach?
Oh, yeah. No, at Big East, no blood, no foul. We had a guy we played Seton Hall once, Tommy Amico, great coach. We had a guy with a cast. He was hitting our guys with a cast. We said, what are you doing? Guys got bruises on their shoulders. He said, it's a soft cast, the referee said. Soft my rear end. I said, our guys got black and blue marks.
It's like Bob Orton Jr. had that cast on his entire wrestling career.
Yeah. Big East was physical.
This is Jessup. Launches from long range and buries it. That might be the thing they need to get going offensively.
As I said, they're red hot from three the last 5 games, 43%.
There's 2 of 10 from downtown so far tonight.
Well, credit the defense by the Aggies.
Merrill with a one-handed pass. Bairstow on the drive, goes for the reverse. Too much traffic there. Ripped away by Williams, and we get a foul. So this matchup with Williams and Keita starting to heat up a bit.
Good call. Keita got him. Yeah, Williams got it. Keita got entangled with him.
And for Keita, that's his 2nd foul.
Probably gonna have to come out of the game.
Williams a bit shaken up after hitting to the deck.
250-pound strong man, right? You don't have much else. You got George, who's a solid player. He'll probably have to come in now for R.J. Williams.
The fans just got to look at it here and didn't like it, but for Williams, if he's got to go to the bench for a little bit, there's not much other rebounding there for Boise State.
No. He's their best rebounder, as you say, Alex. But, no. Yeah, Keita just got entangled with him. Good call.
Well, they're reviewing this one. We'll take a break. 27-18, Utah State in control. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Brent Stover, Jameer Nelson, John Rothstein, and Seth Davis get you caught up on what's been a wild day in college basketball. All the news and action going on in the country. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. And here's some of the headlines, Coach. Big loss for LSU to Auburn, one that could affect Utah State standings. And Bob Knight back to Assembly Hall for the first time since he was let go.
No question. Once again, Auburn beat LSU, and we know Utah State beat LSU. So they want them to win. The value of that victory, that hurts Utah State a little bit. Bob Knight returns home to Indiana for the first time since 2000. They played Purdue, unfortunately lost. And Memphis Tigers, Penny Hardaway losing to South Florida. That's not a good loss. At Memphis, USF come in with a losing record. One of my former assistants is at USF, Tom Harrion, so I'm happy for him, but sad for the Tigers. That's a tough loss.
There's still a discussion going on at half court after R.J. Williams and Keita got tangled up on the last play before we went to break. Here's another look at it, Coach.
Yeah, they're going for the ball. Arms are entangled. I mean, you flipped him over his back. I mean, Keita didn't do anything malicious. If you get a foul, okay, you have a foul, but it should not be a flagrant, in my opinion. My opinion doesn't count.
And one of the officials, in fact, 2 of the officials are back at the table now after a brief discussion.
Craig Smith wants to find out what's going on.
And once again, going to huddle and come up to a conclusion. And, Coach, I really didn't see anything there for it to take this long.
No, I agree.
But Williams, who was a bit shaken up, seems to be okay now. He's going to come back into the game.
Craig Smith wants, hey, what's going on?
Double foul.
Double foul on
Common foul on white 23.
23. That's
Flagrant foul on blue 23 for hooking him and pulling him. So flagrant. So blue 23, flagrant 1 foul.
On blue 23.
Yeah, and white gets a common.
And who gets the ball? So what happens at double flagrant? Who gets the ball?
So we will shoot 2.
Right.
We will shoot 2, and then because of the flagrant on blue, white will get the basket.
Coach, what happened, Coach?
They said a foul on Keita, okay, number 23, and they called a flagrant on 23, R.J. Williams, for pulling him down. So they're going to shoot 2 free throws. They're going to shoot 2 free throws, Utah State, and they'll have the ball because of a flagrant foul. I didn't see a flagrant on that one, but wow.
So the rebound ends up in Williams.
Now, he said that, he said that Williams is hooking and holding. I don't know. Arms got tangled.
To me, he's got the rebound and trying to
get away
from the play.
Well, they call a flagrant on 23. I was stunned when he said that. So they're going to get 2 shots for Utah State and possession of the ball because of the flagrant on number 23, R.J. Williams.
And they're still cleaning it up at the scorers table now, letting the book official know.
Yeah, Leon Rice, he can't believe it either.
Coach, I know they didn't have replay to this extent.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with this type of delay, what are you trying to do to keep your team?
It's tough. You lose focus. You know, both teams get a little stiff and tight.
It's a flagrant foul on Alex outside the Boise State.
So, from my understanding, they said they were going to call the flagrant on Williams, but it's Hobbs at the line.
They said Williams. That's what he told me, number 23. So they must have called it on Cater. They called it.
The first thing the official said when coming over said we'd have a double foul.
Right.
They said a
common foul on Cater. He said, I don't know, they changed their mind. They're a little mixed up, yeah. Common foul on Cater. So it's 1-1. Yeah, Williams is going to the line. It's 1-1. Right, we're in the bonus. In the bonus for.
So finally have some activity on what's been a remarkably extended delay.
Okay, now they get the flagrant on R.J. Williams. 2 shots on the ball.
Now for the Aggies, Demius Cater will be shooting 2 shots.
So now Cater to the strike. 2 of 4 from the free throw line so far. Make it 3 of 5.
Because it was a flagrant against R.J. Williams, Utah State gets possession after this free throw.
So now we're going to get back to basketball, Coach.
Yep. That's good. They get possession on the point of the interruption of the flagrant foul.
So now Cater going to come out here.
2 fouls. That's one.
Picking up his second. And Merrill, maybe he's starting to heat up. He's got 9. Remember, he's on milestone watches. He's on his way to 2,000 points. He needs 12 more to get there as Alston into the lane as he finally puts one in for a field goal.
Heck of a move by Derek Alston. Second leading scorer in the Mountain West, 19 a game.
Merrill. Now Anderson on the drive and basically runs over George there. Offensive foul.
Yep. Boise State does very well, Alex. You know, he's taking charges. They don't have a rim protector, so if you don't have a rim protector, you better take charges to keep people away from the basket.
And the crowd here at the Spectrum asking for a flopping warning. Didn't get it. Here's Alston. So just 1 of 5 in this one. Jackson. Inside of George, and he misses one short. Bairstow loses the handle. Bounce it out to Bean. Merrill off the screen.
They switch. Trouble.
Rito with a bounce. Merrill finds the screen, finds his way to the hoop, and he's fouled.
Foul number 45, Robin George. His second. 10th team foul. Double bonus.
Sam Merrill was, Coach, especially talkative in practice yesterday about that previous matchup as you look at where he stands and the most career points all time at Utah State. And Merrill serendipitously could cross that 2,000-point plateau on the same night when they honor late Wayne Estes, who scored 2,000 points, 55 years to the day. They had a pregame ceremony to honor him with his shoes on the floor.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons they're wearing those throwback uniforms tonight.
Yep, it's eerie. You say Wayne Estes is a wonderful person, well, so is Sam Merrill. Both great players, but wonderful people. Hop's got to be aggressive now. You got a nice pass.
Dump it off to George outside. Here's Jessup. Air ball that time. Offensive foul.
Thought he got hit on the way in a couple of times, but
that is 3 on Merrill.
Wow, that's gigantic. Yeah, he did push him.
Extended that left hand out on the dribble, coach.
Yeah, he did.
Just trying to find some room getting between the defenders, but they're going to call that every time once that arm gets extended there.
Yeah. That's
how big is this right now, coach?
Gigantic. Got a lot of referees here dressed in blue and white.
Not popular here in Logan, Utah.
Keep driving the ball now. We'll get the ball to Alston.
Deflection there from Bean out of play.
It's the problem with Boise State. They don't have an inside scorer. They don't have somebody to get the ball into the paint. You know, when they go, other team goes on a run. You need to have that inside scorer. If you don't have one, you got to drive. You got to drive the ball, which Boise State's doing a nice job of.
Coach, we were talking up at the top about Keita and Merrill, that 1-2 punch, both on the bench in foul trouble right now.
Yep. They'll sit for the next 2 minutes and a couple of seconds, but that hurts.
Jessup with a step back. Too strong that time. Brito with the rebound. So who needs to step up here for Utah State with both of them on the bench?
Well, Anderson can score and Brito. Get the ball to Brito.
Underneath for Bean, he misses.
Great pass by Brito.
Doesn't miss many from point-blank range like that.
No.
Alston out to Hobbs. Alston thought about it that time. Dennis with the runner.
Nice job.
Beautiful little teardrop shot there from Ray J. Dennis.
Gives him a little bit of offense. Only a freshman. He's getting better and better. Playing the toughest position in basketball, in my opinion, the point guard spot.
We approach 1 minute to go here in this first half. Bean again. Working inside. Turnaround. No. Foul is called on the floor, away from the basketball.
There we go. Great pass by Brito. Unfortunately, Justin Bean with the left hand just spins out. Here we go. Broncos on a run. Push it. Ray J. Dennis. Nice pull up. Little floater. Bang. Good young play. Only a freshman.
So Alfonso Anderson going to shoot from the foul line here. Anderson just 1 of 2 in this game. Doesn't shoot the ball much and misses from the foul line there. Anderson normally a 75% free throw shooter. And it's a 10-point game here, Coach. Anderson's got 1 more, but Boise, with the way they were shooting the basketball early, they're still shooting just 33%.
Yeah.
But if they can get this to single digits, they're going to be happy going into the locker room.
No question. It'd be ecstatic. They can be down like 8 or 9. They'd be very happy.
Anderson hits from the foul line there, extends the lead.
Leon Rice, outstanding coach. Coach of the year, Mountain West in 2014-15 season. They were the regular season champs of the Mountain West. He's the dean of the coaches. Here's amazing.
Abercrombie misses the long-range jumper. Versko to the rim.
Nice
Alston
block.
with the rejection. Here come the Broncos. Dennis. Too much. Shot clock is off, and Utah State can play for the final shot.
They got a timeout to use. Go inside to Anderson. Get him the ball. Go inside.
Under 10.
Get him the ball.
Bairstow. Anderson. 5 to go. Step back. Too strong. And that's going to do it for the first 20 minutes. Probably not the final minute that they wanted with both Merrill and Keita on the bench, but Boise State will go into the locker room trailing by 11. Let's send it over to Justin. Justin.
Coach, one of your key points of emphasis before this game was to control the paint. How impressed have you been with Keita?
Keita's been really good. We just got to keep him in the game. But when he gets the ball, usually good things happen for us. We got to find him a lot more.
How concerned are you that two of your top players, Merrill and Keita, both in a bit of foul trouble?
Well, foul trouble is an issue. We have 5 guys. Most of our starting 5 has 2 fouls, and obviously Merrill has 3 fouls. So that's a big part of the game right now, and we're having to juggle some things, and we just got to figure it out. It was an uneven last 6 minutes or so that first half, to say the least.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Back to you, Alex.
Remarkable start for the Aggies. They've got an 11-point lead, but they've got some of their key players in foul trouble. Scoring 35-24. We'll send it to AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network.